So I got my book from Amazon. That's where I usually get it from myself. And it's caught between Science and Fate. And I really cared about this book. It's very important to me. At a certain time in my life, being a Christian, I wanted also to find out about some science stuff. It's normal because we all face the idea that science somehow has more explanations and solutions for problems that usually are considered part of religion. This is the book that I read. Why did I choose one book? I think it's more important to choose one book and have just one book reference than just 1,000. And since Hawking is one who almost unanimously is considered one of the best scientists of our time, I think it was the right book. Plus, I must say that I really enjoyed reading the book. It was awesome. So I have various chapters. In the introduction, I explain why I did write this book. I chose to write it. And then I speak about how the world was created. For example, chapter 1 is entitled Wow. Because God did not only create the world, He did more. Like every intellectual being, He stopped and contemplated all that He had done. The Bible seems to describe Him amazed by the results of His actions, and God saw that it was good. I chose to quote the Jewish Publication Society Old Testament for this expression, because God saw that everything was good. Okay? And the expression good, He saw and it was good, brings a lot of implications. And then I start considering, because not only everything worked perfectly, but everything was beautiful at the same time. And so on. I just can try to consider all of some statements found in the book of Hawking, and then my conclusions. This book is not so long, but it contains a lot of reflections that I made in time. Certain ideas. For example, this phrase is mine. Since the universe is ruled by unbreakable laws, two views are possible. This is what I thought about, as I was reading the book. There is no God, and it is simply a cage. So we're locked in a cage. We have so many rules, laws, and regulations we cannot escape, like being born, aging, dying. There's no way we can escape those laws. The force of gravity, we cannot just simply fly because we want to, okay? I'm not talking about getting on a plane, of course. There is a God. This is the second option, and it is a giant playground. When you just change just one simple element in the equation, okay, it all changes radically. The cage turns into a playground. So we go to the playground with our father, our mother, and then we got the rules, and the rules are there so that we can play and enjoy playing. That's why. So it changes. I advocate the second view and enjoy it. Of course I do, being a Christian. I found Hawking very, very interesting. His writing is very, very interesting. For example, I put this at the beginning of the book because I think this was something which I noticed and learned reading his books. Because reading Hawking's books, I'm not reading the book to criticize. I'm reading his book to learn, think, elaborate. And so this is one sentence which I elaborated. There are laws in the universe that set it in motion and preserve it. These laws are apparently immutable. If they ceased tomorrow, the whole universe would collapse. That's awesome. This is something that I learned as I studied his book. For example, another thing that I learned studying his book is outside our universe, there is neither space nor time. Isn't that something? And this is simply something I learned. I'm not saying that I created this idea, but it's science. Science is very good. I believe it depends on the approach. I mean, if the scientist remains a scientist, as well as the theologian remains a theologian, I'm more a theologian than a scientist. That's why I try to speak about science without interfering about science, but explaining my conclusions, why I think what I think. We try to learn about the laws of the universe, but I wonder, why are there any laws at all? Why can't they be broken? Why? Because science can very often can find the answer to the reasons, to the fact that things are, okay? It's a description of facts. But the reason why things are, the why and the whys behind events and laws of the universe must be searched elsewhere, unfortunately. Science has all the answers except that. And also, I was studying the universe and the laws and the forces in the universe at work that keep the balance among the planets, and I was fascinated. It was fascinating, honestly, and I came to one conclusion: that gravity and love preserve the structure of the universe. Gravity and love. We can see both things at work because God did not simply create the laws of the universe. Everything that He did was made out of love. In fact, that's why He said everything would look good, And also speak about the flat Earth debate. This is a very ancient map that I put in the book. By the way, there are two versions of the book. This is the black and white version. The price is pretty affordable. I think it's about $10 right now. But there is also, this is Mr. Einstein. Okay, because Einstein made history. There is a before and an after Einstein. Because the idea of time and space, the continuum, and just being, this is a nice picture I put here. The color edition, of course, has a lot more pictures, many more pictures, and they're all colored beautiful. It took some time to put this book together also because I wanted that effect. But in any respect, this contains my ideas as well and my conclusions. I'm very respectful towards science, never meant to be disrespectful or believe that there's some kind of plot or major deviation in science. We're all trying to find the answers, and science is going one direction. We're going parallel to science, and we need to respect each other. Science needs to respect faith, and faith needs to respect science. And what I found in Hawking's books is this. He had a lot of respect. He said, God can be an answer to this question. God can be the final idea because of that, and so forth. I like that. I mean, I never thought I could find a scientist say something like that. Anyway, this is my book, Caught Between Science and Faith. If you want to buy it, you can buy it worldwide, online, through Amazon. If you want to buy it, you can buy it buy directly, right into me. I can give you the same price Amazon does, and basically everywhere in the world at no expenses, no shipping expenses. I can get it to your place with no further fees or anything, just $10 everywhere, basically. I hope you like it. Of course, you can get it in the UK as well, guys, though my American English may be I may gain the sympathy of Americans more, but Hawking wasn't English. I mean, so it's I'm caught between British and American English. All right. So God bless you all. I hope this book will be a blessing, and it's going to bless many as it blessed me studying science and try to think about the questions of life and the possible answers in the light of science and in the light of reason and in the light of the Bible.